It's got a Best Actor Oscar nomination for Colman Domingo, playing civil rights activist Bayard Rustin. Let's talk about Netflix's Rustin. Hey guys, Dan here. This is Dan Reviews It, and welcome to my spoiler-free review for the new film Rustin. You can stream this now on Netflix, and if you're checking off your Oscar card, this has one nomination for Best Actor in Colman Domingo, who you may know from Fear the Walking Dead or Euphoria or some of his film roles, which we'll get into here momentarily. But first, before we launch into the specifics of the movie and my thoughts on it, let me welcome you into Dan Reviews It. Thank you for finding this video. We do movie and TV reviews here, and just about every day something new goes up on the channel. So there's always a lot to check out. Please consider subscribing, hit that like button, comment down below. All of that stuff helps the channel out. And check out my links in the description below as well, including my Letterboxd. Letterboxd is a great way to catalog what movies you're watching and your rating for those movies, so you can check out my Letterboxd there and sort of follow me on that platform. All right, so let's talk about Rustin. Colman Domingo, is sort of sticking kind of in his lane. He's done a few movies where, sort of civil rights are front and center. He was in Selma. He was in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, which was directed by the same director as Rustin, George C. Wolfe. And there's a few crossovers from that film. Glenn Turman, who I don't know if he was nominated, but he was great in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. And he appears in this movie as well. But Domingo plays Bayard Rustin here, who, was a famous, well, not really so famous, actually, civil rights activist of the 60s, but he basically helped Martin Luther King Jr. and some others with the 1963 March on Washington. And this is, a story kind of about how that came to be and a little bit about him as a person as well. We don't dive, I think, nearly as much as we could have into that portion. It's more about sort of setting up the march and the events leading up to that, and then closing with a very great emotional scene or two at the end, where we get to the march. But are we maybe treading upon some ground that was potentially covered in Selma, more on the Martin Luther King side of things? Yeah, perhaps. Obviously, that was, March in Selma. This is March in Washington, so they're different events. But, since we're talking about the exact same time period, a lot of the same characters, in both films, because, they're real people and, real activists. So Rustin, a name I did not know. I had not heard of him, possibly because, he was a queer activist, and, people did not love that then, and sometimes not now either. But as a gay man, it was very nice to actually see a gay actor portray a gay character, and I don't think that always has to be the case. I'm a big supporter of, look, acting is acting. Stanley Tucci, straight, and plays the gay parts so well. There's so many examples of that, really, but this is, I think, the first time, correct me if I'm wrong about this in the comments, but I think this is the first time that a gay character portrayed on screen was actually nominated with a gay man in the performance. Like all the ones that go through my head, obviously, you have the really famous ones, Tom Hanks in Philadelphia and Sean Penn as Harvey Milk and stuff. These are the winning performances, but I can't think of any. Like Freddie Mercury, for example, Bohemian Rhapsody, there's another winning performance. Rami Malek, not gay. So anyway, that's just sort of a little asterisk, footnote, whatever, but kind of cool that people can be out and proud these days, when certainly in the time that this movie takes place, it was very, very taboo. So Rustin, it was a trailblazer in many ways. And one of the things that I think this movie sort of misses the mark on is exploring all of that a little bit more. Because I do think it's more based in the the lead up to the march, like I said, and not so much about his personal life. But boy, what a performance! I really don't think he has a shot at winning, but I think it's great that Domingo's performance was recognized. I don't watch Euphoria. I don't watch Fear the Walking Dead, so I was pretty unfamiliar with him. He's popped up, like I said, in some of these other movies I mentioned. I loved Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, so I do, kind of remember that him from that. But front and center here, title character. I mean, he blew me away. This is a great performance, and one that definitely deserves to be nominated. And another thing that I think could have been nominated, it was not, but it's got a great score from the wonderful Branford Marsalis, and he, has been one of the Marsalis, the whole family. Wynton Marsalis, very famous as well. There's a few Marsalises in sort of the jazz community that are just fantastic. I thought this movie had a great score, really kind of punctuating the scenes. I am not sure, maybe it wasn't eligible for score because I'm not sure if it's all new music or if it's sort of interpolated with music from that era already. I'm not sure, but I thought that the score was great for this. The acting, other than Domingo, is a little hit or miss because you have some people that are just fantastic actors and actresses. CCH Pounder is in this, Audra McDonald, Jeffrey Wright, who is in that category as well for his movie American Fiction, the Best Actor category, and that movie's up for Best Picture too. So that's cool that he is in this. But Chris Rock is in this, and he is just not the best dramatic actor. He is my favorite stand-up comedian of the last few years. Once he put that special out on Netflix, Tambourine, I was like, okay, this has secured this guy a place in my, all-time favorite comedians. The drama roles, he's done a few here and there. Every time he came up in this movie, it just kind of took me out. Devine Joy Randolph has a bit role in this movie as well, and she's nominated this year for supporting actress for her movie The Holdovers. That was also nominated for Best Picture. So there's obviously like a lot of firepower in this movie, and some of it works. Chris Rock, I think, is a bit of a sore thumb here, sticking out. But that performance from Colman Domingo is absolutely fantastic, and worth watching the movie just for that. So you can check this out now on Netflix. I leave Rustin with a B. And again, I don't really think he has much of a shot at Best Actor, but it's cool that he was nominated because this is a great performance. And you can check out the movie now on Netflix. All right, thank you for watching Dan Reviews It. We'll see you next time. Bye.